And time now to check in with Dan Russell for our final check this week on the weather. And how's the weekend looking, Dan?
Oh, yeah, Scott. We've been talking about it all week, this return to summery temperatures, and it is kind of that building and return to some warmth and humidity that's going to bring in at least some slightly unsettled weather. But for the most part, if you have any weekend outdoor plans, keep them. Just be prepared to maybe duck inside for a brief moment or two. So here is Future Look. Of course, tonight we are picking up a pristine, clear, starlit sky. Temperatures are cooling off down to the 60s here, but when all said and done, it's not going to be as chilly, say, compared to the past couple of nights where we've seen lows not only in the 50s, but even some 40s. Tonight, it's upper 50s and low 60s, and that's how we'll start out tomorrow morning. Still picking up dry conditions, but as we get towards about mid-morning to midday, that's where you'll notice more of a mix of sun and clouds compared to the pretty much cloud-free skies we saw today. And especially as we get into the afternoon, I stopped this around 2:30 and notice we do have a few little isolated radar blips. Everyone is fair game, again, for maybe a brief passing shower as we head to the afternoon, even through the early evening. Now, by late evening here in Buffalo, we're clearing back out. Any showers are pushing inland and falling apart. That will give us a dry but also more humid start to your Sunday morning. Notice Sunday morning we're in the mid-60s from Buffalo to Niagara Falls, Lockport. Still some upper 50s with some patchy fog there for the southern tier. Sunday, very much like Saturday. Overall, we're looking mainly dry. But as we do get into the afternoon, notice once again there are a couple of little isolated radar blips. So while the coverage is not that impressive, many areas will remain dry. Not even see a drop of rain this weekend. But there will be a few spots where we do have a couple of these isolated type showers. And this is kind of the pattern even as we head into Monday. Monday, definitely not a washout, very much like what we're going to see this weekend where it's going to be warm, it's going to be humid. Notice we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. Not much really showing up on the radar, just that isolated shower there as we head towards Monday afternoon. For the most part, it's Monday night into Tuesday morning. That's where we'll have a cold front that's going to be dropping in, and with it, probably our best chance for any kind of widespread showers or thunder showers, but even that has some question marks. Got a lot of time between now and then. We'll have to see how that pattern does evolve here as we go through the coming days. In the meantime, tonight, again, clear to partly cloudy, not as cool. No spots dipping down into the 40s like the past couple of nights. We'll end up with overnight lows in the upper 50s and low 60s. And then for tomorrow, we'll have just a few clouds mixed in with sunshine. It is going to be a seasonable day. The average high about 81 degrees. That's about where we end up with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s. Towards the end of the day, you'll notice a little bit more in the way of humidity. But again, just that slight risk for an isolated shower. And then Sunday, here we are, another day with a mix of sun and clouds. Sunday will be a more humid day, especially compared to what we saw today, but even Saturday. But again, nothing more than an isolated shower too, with highs upper 70s and low 80s. Heading into next week, Monday, again, just that chance for an isolated shower or thunder shower, and the best chance for that thunder shower across the southern tier. Temperatures low to mid 80s, but then we'll have a cold front that does drop in sometime around Monday night, Tuesday. I think with that, the best chance for some of these widespread showers. But in the wake of that, much like we saw earlier this week, we have another batch of unseasonably cool air that moves in for the middle of next week. Wednesday, we're only in the low 70s. But like we saw this week, we have improving conditions heading into Thursday. And yeah, as of right now, next Friday, also setting up to be a good one. Of course, we'll be tracking that as we do get closer.